So Candace, I'm super excited to dive into this conversation. You have got a lot going on. The first thing I want to talk about is Great American Family. What a unique opportunity this is. You're doing stuff in front of the camera, but also behind the camera. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's been a really great transition in terms of things that I've been working really hard towards my entire career, really, and I'm very happy to be in this position. So I actually signed up for a desk job. I am the Chief Creative Officer at Great American Family, and then my company, Candy Rock Productions, is producing a lot of the content that will be on Great American Family and the commercials that you see and as well as the movies. So I have a lot going on both in front of and behind the camera. So for instance, I've starred in one movie this year, but I produced another one that I didn't star in. And again, a lot of the trailers and the interstitials and that you're seeing when all the other talent is coming on and talking about the holidays, that's all been my production company as well.
That's really fun. So that's got to be, I mean, obviously you've been doing this for so long, but getting the chance to sort of frame something that maybe you're not in front of the camera on and look at all those different elements and approve them and put that together, that's got to be a unique experience for you.
It's wonderful, and why I wanted this position and to be in there is because I've been in this genre for a very long time. This has really become my life, to know this holiday space and these types of movies. And so I have a really unique perspective because it has been all consuming for a very long portion of my life. And I think I know the space very, very well. So I want to contribute to the overall aesthetic look and feel of the network itself. And then along with curating content for the channel.
Yeah. Well, and by the way, obviously, for those who are watching, they know that you are the Queen of Christmas. This has been a title you've been given. What is it? What is it like to have that title?
Someone else gave me the title, okay? Lots of people argue Mariah's the Queen of Christmas. She's even going to trademark it. She can have it. I am not. I'm like, look, people gave me this title, but I've been happy to receive it because I love Christmas. But if it's a Mariah's, it's Mariah's. I'm okay with that.
You know, like we have this debate, right, about when should Christmas music go on. And in our house, we bought a record player this year and we bought a ton of records to play Christmas music. I have no idea why. It was just a thing. We're like, we're going to do it.
Fun.
Yeah. So the kids are like getting introduced to records. And we did that. I think it was October 31st. It was like Halloween night. We started playing Christmas music. And some people don't like that. But I have to ask you this because, you know, when you make a movie for Christmas, you're not filming it the day before. You're not filming it the week before. How do you get in the Christmas spirit when you're filming a Christmas movie in like July?
It's so easy to get into the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas. I love everything about it. So it doesn't actually have to be that season, but it actually makes it easy if you're filming in July because we have a whole season that's Christmas in July.
That's true, actually. That is true.
Yeah. So it's just easy. I feel like once you see the colors, you smell the pine and the cinnamon, and you hear the Christmas music. It's so easy. But Christmas to me represents even more than that. It's a beautiful, heartwarming time of the year, and everyone is usually a little kinder, a little more generous, a little more loving, and those are very welcoming and easy things for me to just grab onto and want to share that experience with more people. So filming the Christmas movies any time of the year just makes me feel all those feelings. So it's easy.
So it's easy. It's like a switch goes off. You can just easily do it. And you've got a number of projects. I want to ask you first about A Christmas Present. Tell us a little bit about this film, what viewers can expect.
So the title really says it all. It's a play on words. It's a Christmas present, but it's much more about not the gifts that we give and the presents that we buy, but being present in the moment. And I developed this story and thought of it because of the last 2 years of life for all of us. I know that everything stopped and was put on hold, and we were forced to focus on what was right in front of us. And it really changed my perspective on a lot of things and priorities in my life and my family. And it was really a revelation, and it just kind of stopped the trajectory of the busyness of Christmas for me and really focus on the people that I love and have value and meaning in my life. And so that's what this story is really all about. I play Maggie. She's a mom and a wife, and there's a really great storyline because this isn't your typical big city girl moves to the country and meets the small town guy with his axe chopping wood and falls in love. This is about a married woman and her family, and her marriage is not where she wishes it would be, and her husband isn't feeling it either, and they have some things to talk about. And yet the busyness, it's very easy to sweep it under the rug and just let life pass you by and never really tackle some of the hard conversations. So that's what this movie is. Not only it is about that relationship, but the situation that her brother is in, and she goes to help make sure that her brother has this really incredible Christmas because he's recently lost his wife. But what happens is that Maggie and her family really learn the importance of being together and valuing relationship over busyness.
Yeah, and
That was
that's
a
the
long answer.
no,
Sorry.
it was a good answer though. I mean, these are themes that matter, right? They're things that matter in
Yes.
people's everyday lives. People will be able to see themselves in this, especially coming out of
Yes.
the craziness of the last, 2 years. And I just sort of, when you're talking about the film, I sort of can hear the themes that matter to you and sort of knowing you over the years and the things you've talked about and how this new role and what you're getting to do in general, gives you a chance to really expand on those themes. I don't know if you want to, speak to that at all, but it seems like, just to kind of go back to what we were talking about before, in light of that film and the other projects you have coming, it's giving you a really great way to sort of live your life, your work, and your ministry, moving forward in a really unique way.
Yeah, it really is. And of course, I mean, the biggest theme that is most important to me in this film is the theme of God in our lives and the Christian faith. I mean, this is a Christmas movie that actually talks about Christ, and that's another major theme that I've never been able to talk about at length in my Christmas films. And listen, I love the big city girl in the small town
Sure. Yeah.
country boy Christmas movies. I love them. I'm going to continue to make those kinds of movies, but I also want to make movies that have depth and purpose and meaning that can actually change someone's life. And this is the first movie that because you also know me, that I don't and haven't specifically chosen to make movies of faith or in the faith genre because I want to do them well, and I want to do them in a way that's relatable and where people can see themselves in them, and that's not heavy-handed. And so this movie is so important to me because it really is the first one that I've done. And I think we got it right in this movie. I hope people feel that way because there's just elements of my brother's character in the movie talking about how faith changed his life and that he's not sad at Christmas. Because he has hope and he knows he's going to see his wife again, and his daughter is going to see her mom again one day. And that's a really big theme throughout the movie.
Yeah, and it's real and authentic, and that's what people want. They want to be able to have an experience that reflects what they're going through in some way. You're being entertained while you're also seeing. That's what makes a successful movie to me, or a show, is it something that I can either laugh at, but I'm laughing at it, or I'm crying at it because I can see myself in it, or I can understand those themes. So I love that. Now, you also have a really fun one, Reindeer in Here. Now, this is an animated project on CBS. Tell us a little bit about this one.
Yeah, this is great. So this is going to air on November 29th, and it's right in between Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. So I'm expecting this to be a brand new classic in your family's tradition of movie watching. And it really is geared towards the whole family, really geared towards younger kids. So of all ages, I mean, your 3 and 4 year old, please have them watch this movie. But the themes of this are really great. It is about a little reindeer named Blizz, and he's got one antler that is shorter than the other. So he's different. And the themes of this movie really not only say that different is okay, but we're going to celebrate those differences within each other because we're fearfully and wonderfully made uniquely, each one of us. So really they go on this journey because Christmas like might be in ruins. It might be someone's about to ruin Christmas. And so they basically have to save Christmas on this little journey. And I play the only all pink blinged out reindeer. Her name is Pinky. So I voice a really fun kind of mom-like character in here. And it also creates new traditions for your family. Oh, here's Pinky right here. And yeah, so the kids can have little reindeers because when you watch the movie, it will create a new tradition with your reindeer in your family. But really beautiful film and lots of laughs for parents too. And you can also stream it on Paramount Plus at any time.
That's amazing. And we haven't had a good like animated new Christmas movie in a really long time. My wife and I were just talking about this. We're like, wow, there hasn't been. And so the kids were excited. They saw it and they were all ready for it. Cause you love the classics, but you want something new that can also become a classic, right? So
yeah, and great voices in this movie. Adam Devine plays Blizz. Henry Winkler's in it. Just some amazing talent and voices. I felt very privileged to be a part of it.
My last question for you, you have a new project. You also have a podcast, which is really cool, a totally new thing for you that you're diving into. Tell us a little bit about that before we go here.
I was so excited. We just released the podcast earlier this year, right? Last month. And the whole first season, I'm doing it a little different than other podcasts because I'm not having one guest on per episode. I'm having one guest co-host per season. So my first season is with Tara Lee Cobble, and we are deep diving into the Bible because faith is a very important topic to me. And we're actually talking about the Trinity, which is like can feel like it's so complicated, but we kind of break it down, and it's been this great conversation. And every season I'll have on a new guest and we'll deep dive into these topics. So for future seasons, I will be talking about womanhood, parenting, health and fitness. I mean, all kinds of topics. So there's something for everyone. But I will give you a little scoop that starting very, very soon, I'm going to have a little 5-episode a 5-episode change up just to focus on the holiday season.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Well, I love that. That is exciting. And you're doing so much. Thank you for sharing all of it today, Candace. As always, it was amazing talking with you.
Thanks, Billy. It's always so great to talk to you. I appreciate you so much.